Hey, what's up guys? This is David8719 back with y'all again, and this time I'm bringing y'all a tabletop review of my daily carry handgun, the Hk Vp9 9mm. Okay, let me give you a little bit of a background on why I'm making this video. I had a few questions on how I can carry a large handgun like this every day and I have a problem with the weight, and I also had a few questions about the magazines. So that's the reason why I'm making this video. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you, some small upgrades that I've done to this handgun over the time that I have owned it. Now, this was my first handgun that I bought. At that time, I already had a few Henry lever action rifles, but this was my first handgun that I ever bought, and I purchased this in 2016. 2 years after it's released. It was released by Hk on June 10 of 2014. So here's the handgun. Let's do a quick magazine check. Gun's clear. Okay, let's get back to it. Now, this has been my daily carry ever since I purchased this handgun. And like I mentioned, I purchased it in 2016, and let me give you a little bit of a background on why I chose this for my first handgun. Now, I am a left-handed shooter, so I wanted to find something that was left-handed friendly, and something that I could use and operate quick and fast, and if I ever needed to in a self-defense situation or something like that. I originally was going to go with Glock like everybody else, but once through the research that I'd done, I found this pistol, and I found it because I saw a review on YouTube done by Such on this handgun, and I have not looked towards Glock ever since. No problem with Glock, I just like Hk better. It's just preference. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more about this, some of the details that I've changed. First off, these are Trijicon HD night sights. I got them off of Optics Planet. Nothing wrong with the sights that come in this, on the gun out of the box. They come with luminescent sights. They do glow, if you charge them with a flashlight, or if you're shooting outside and they get hit by the sunlight, they will glow for about 15 minutes or so. So very good, very good sight system. Don't have a problem with them. I used them for 3 years. I kept this gun stock for 3 years before I changed anything. Now let me show you another small detail that I did. This little back plate here. I got this little back plate off of the Hk Parts website. Out of the box, this is a striker fire handgun, so it comes with a striker fire indicator that will show you when the gun is cocked. Now, not necessarily loaded, but cocked. So it shows red, and eventually I cover that up, and I use this back plate that I got from Hk Parts. Now, the trigger is very, very good out of the box. One of the best striker fire triggers out of the box. So don't need to change that at all. There's some people that have, but I haven't. And let me get to the magazines. When this gun was first released, it was released with 15 round magazines. These are steel magazines, very durable. You can see the wear. So this gun has been used, but they're very durable magazines, and it was first released with 15 round magazines. And a lot of people had problems with the magazine capacity, because guns like Glock, CEC, and other companies, they have guns that carry 17 in 1, 18 in 1. Now, why Hk didn't release the handgun with a magazine that would carry 17 in 1 or 18 in 1 to begin with, I call it marketing. Hk they have something called no compromises. That's their motto, and they stick to it. So eventually they knew that customers like myself and others, were gonna ask for more capacity magazines, and they eventually did, and they released a 17 round magazine. So now you can carry this handgun 17 in 1, and that's how I normally carry it every day, 17 in 1. But let me show you something about these magazines. If you look at them, they're exactly the same, they look the same, but this is a very more slimmer magazine right here, and you can see right here that this is it starts slim right here, but at the bottom it starts to get a little bit wider, not very much, just a little bit, I guess, to accommodate the 2 extra rounds, and that's fine. Now let me show you something else. Hk eventually released a 20 round magazine, and this is how it looks like, 20 rounds. And I use this for range purposes only. So this is how it looks in the gun. You see that right there? Now the way that I carry this handgun, like I said, it's with a 17 round magazine, and I use a toaster holster. This is the holster that I carry it in. I purchased this holster years ago when I first bought the gun, and this is it in their cryptid jetty pattern style holster. I don't even know if the company still offers this holster pattern. They might still have, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't, like I said, I purchased it a while back, since I bought the handgun back in 2016, and I had it ever since. And I also use a leather belt, a leather gun belt, from Custer Customs leather belts. It's been a good belt. It holds up very well, and it helps carries the weight of the handgun and an extra magazine on my person as well. I don't carry appendix. I never have. I carry this on the 4 o'clock position, and it helps distribute the weight and handles the weight very well. Now, as I mentioned, this gun is fully ambidextrous. It's got the slide release on both sides, the paddle release on both sides. Now, I'm a big fan of the paddle release. Very easy, and it's made to use it with your trigger finger. Some people use it with the thumb. Now, since this is the first model that H&K released back in 2014, now we're in 2022, and H&K has come out with different models as well, as far as the Hk Vp9 SK, the Vp9L, the Vp9L optics ready, they also have this in 40, the Vp40, and they have a tactical option as well with that comes with a threaded barrel and suppressor height sights. Now you can find separate threaded barrel if you want, and I have eventually been looking for one, but H&K has them on their website, but they're eventually always sold out. So when you find them, you have to jump on them, or you will miss the opportunity to buy one. So if you're looking to purchase the gun and you want to have that threaded belt option, I say save yourself the headaches and the troubles, and just buy yourself the tactical option. So that way you can go ahead and have that handgun as the way you want it as well. Now I've had about 2,800 rounds through this handgun. Never had a problem with it. I also qualified for my concealed carry license with this handgun, and it did well. It performed well. It has eating everything that I put through it. I never had a problem and never had a malfunction. So, and one thing, like I said, I do own other handguns from HK, like the P30 and the P30L. So the magazines from the Vp9 and the P30 or the P30L, you know, can be used in the P30 or the Vp9 as well. This is a magazine that I bought for my P30L, and I can use it no problem with the Vp9. So the magazines, they, you know, no problem there. So that's also another reason that I stick with Hk handguns, you know, for that reason as well. So what else can I tell you about these handgun right here? Oh, and for people that don't like the, you know, the paddle release, Hk now has released a model of the Vp9 with the button, with the side button option. So that's, you know, that's an option as well. You know, they released some of these handguns at first with the OD green, you know, the OD green pattern and the FDE pattern as well. But I haven't seen one of them myself. I always wanted one, but it's been very hard to find one, especially nowadays with the epidemic and everything going on with the, you know, ammo and gun sales and everything. So it has made things a little difficult. Now, as far as I can tell you, you know, you can see the holster wear, you know, so this gun has been shot and has been used and carried plenty, and it's still been carried. You know, and I own the P30 SK, and this is still my go-to carry every day. You know, so as far as, you know, with the HK line, you can't go wrong if you're looking for a first pistol. Now, it's very durable, but I have to say that magazines are not cheap. They can cost you from $48 to $50 a piece, depending on where you find them. Now, normally for myself, I buy all my magazines from Gun Mag Warehouse, you know, for my Vp9 and other handguns. So Gun Mag Warehouse is a good place to go. I also get my rifle magazines from them, and you know, they have very good prices depending on where you live. I happen to live in Texas, so depending on your state and city, you know, the prices can vary, you know, as far as taxes and everything, but they're normally very good prices. So thanks to Gun Mag Warehouse, I have been able to add a couple of more magazines with this handgun and my P30 and my P30L and P30 SK. So the magazines are very durable. They are steel, and like I said, I just use these 20 rounders for you know, range purposes, and the 15 rounders, I still use them for range purposes as well. Normally from now on, I just carry it with 17 and 1, and that's how I keep it. But this is how it looks with the 20 rounder. Let me give you another look with the 17 rounder. The 17 rounder is flush, and this is how I normally carry it. Now, the questions that I had on how I carry it, like I said, it all depends on the holster and the belt you choose. You know, you have to have a good setup to help you distribute the weight of the gun. And like I said, I don't normally carry it appendix. I carry it at 4 o'clock, so that usually helps a lot. But depending on your, you know, on your person, on your physical, and the type of holster you wear, and the type of belt you choose. I used to use a Cobra quick release belt, and from Better Holsters, very good solid belt as well. I have no problems with it at all. I still use it from time to time, and you know, I have had no problems with it. But I switched over to using a leather gun belt, and again, from Customs leather gun belts. I have a review of the belts on my channel, so if you want, go check it out. And let me give you another quick look at the gun. So, you know, what else can I tell you about this handgun? H&K makes good stuff, you know, good things and good stuff. The handguns are very solid, and like I said, they offer this in different models, and they also offer a BP40. So depending on what you're looking for, you know, they have something that will suit your needs. But the, you know, the prices from H&K, they're not, you know, they're not very low. You get what you pay for. One of their sayings is no compromise, and they mean exactly that. But they make good products. You can't go wrong with HK. So that's all I have for you guys, and I will, you know, see you later. And remember, stay safe, stay aware, and stay loaded, guys.